Good evening, everyone. I'm Robert Connett with sports on NewsLink Indiana. This past weekend was a pivotal one for the Ball State women's volleyball team. The Cardinals sat in first place in the MAC standings but had road games against the second and third best teams. Now, if the Cardinals won both matches this weekend, they would be MAC regular season champs. Unfortunately, after dropping just 3 games in their first 25 of the season, the Cardinals lost back-to-back matches this weekend, losing 3-2 at Western Michigan and then getting swept against Northern Illinois. The Cardinals are still 22-5 after the losses, but are now 11-3 in the conference. Ball State would get the 3 seed if the season ended today, but the Cardinals face Eastern Michigan and Central Michigan at home to finish out the year in matches where Ball State will be favored. The Ball State football team celebrated a big win over the weekend after squeezing out a narrow victory in Eastern Michigan. The Cards found themselves down late in the fourth quarter, but Keith Winning led the Ball State offense down the field in the final minute on a 9-play, 46-yard drive, setting up for a game-winning 44-yard field goal by Steven Scott with only 9 seconds remaining. In the victory, Winning threw for 284 yards and 2 touchdowns and became 4th all-time in single-season passing yards with 2,233 on the season. Also with the victory, the Cards are now 6-4 on the season, technically making them bowl eligible in 2011, but they have to continue to impress in order to receive that bowl appearance. The Cards travel to Northern Illinois to take on the Huskies next Tuesday night. Now switching to the NFL, yesterday at Lucas Oil Stadium, the Colts still looking for their first win of the season as they host Atlanta. Julio Jones coming off an injury back in the lineup for the Falcons, and boy did he have a huge game. Here in the first quarter, Matt Ryan, they're already up 7-0, is going to air this one out down the field, 50 yards to Julio Jones in triple coverage, and he still makes the catch for the touchdown. At first, the referees say it was no good, but after review, the referees say it was good for a touchdown. Switching the second quarter, Matt Ryan again to Julio Jones, breaks a tackle across the midfield. He's going to go 80 yards on this play all the way to the house to put the Falcons up 21-0 against the Indianapolis Colts. Now later on in the third quarter, Matt Ryan near the goal line again for the Falcons. He's going to take this 1-yard pass to Tony Gonzalez and put the Falcons up even more, 28-7. They go on to beat the Colts by a score of 31-7. It's the first time since 1966 that Atlanta defeats the Colts, and the Colts are now 0-9 in 2011. And finally tonight, the entire college football world has turned heads to Pennsylvania as the child sex abuse scandal involving former Penn State defensive coordinator Jerry Sandusky continues to evolve. Saturday, Sandusky was arrested on charges of sexual assault from 2002. Yesterday, the university's Board of Trustees held an emergency meeting in which they addressed the order. And today, Yahoo Sports reports Pennsylvania Attorney General Linda Kelly addressed in a news conference the details of an assistant coach reporting to head coach Joe Paterno of seeing Sandusky sexually assaulting a child in the showers at Penn State in 2002. Athletic Director Tim Curley and Vice President Gary Schultz both stepped down from their jobs today. They are charged with lying and failed attempt to properly report the sexual assault. Head coach Joe Paterno is also under investigation, and Kelly made the point in today's conference that this is still an ongoing process. Just a terrible thing to happen for the entire college world, guys.
You look at that legacy of Joe Paterno. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the future with that.
Definitely.
Well, thank you, Robert.
No problem.
Well, we'll have your entertainment news.
And we'll have a final look at weather for your election day. Stay tuned.